understanding student behavior, motivation, and career development. Academically, Mr. Ashif has published 4 research papers in national and international journals and has successfully guided numerous B.Pharm student research projects. His administrative contributions include serving as the coordinator of the Career Guidance and Placement Cell, staff advisor to the College Union, and coordinator for Criterion 6 of NAC accreditation process at JDT Islam College of Pharmacy. An active professional, he is a life member of Association of Pharmaceutical Teachers of India and serves as the coordinator of the APTA Kerala State Branch Masterclass Series, contributing significantly to faculty and student development initiatives across the state. Today, Mr. Ashif will be delivering his insight on planning your pharma career from pharmacy student to successful professional as part of Student Skill Series organized by APTA Kerala State Branch. Thank you, Ashif sir. The virtual floor is yours.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Aishwarya Madam, for a nice introduction. And on this occasion, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to all the office bearers of APTI Kerala State Branch. So, as a next section on planning your pharma career from pharmacy students to a successful profession. Before we start our session, I would like to have a small feedback from you regarding what's your status regarding your academic, in which year you are studying or which course you are studying. Can you type the information in our chat box so that I just want to know who is my audience, that's all. So please type your course as well as year of study so that it will be very useful for me for further proceedings. So I recommend all the participants. Can you give me an answer for this one? In which year or which course you are studying? Okay. Okay. So all the participants are very actively engaging in this session. So let me start my session with my small disclaimer. So this session is intended for only educational and career guidance purpose only. And all the information is based on current industrial trends and professional experience, and it may change over the time. And the ultimate outcome will depend on the individual efforts, skill, opportunity, and continuous learning. And I encourage all the students to explore, verify, make informed career decision based on their personal goal. And this session is a roadmap to guide your career journey and guarantee for your employer. So, as this with this disclaimer, I will just explain my session objective. So, we have a lot of opportunities of patient care. So, by the end of the session, you will be able to explore diverse career opportunity in the pharma and healthcare sector, and you will be able to assess your interest and skill suitable and the suitable path. And you will be able to develop an career roadmap. You will be able to prepare for employability by with that professional CV and profile challenges. And then it's your responsibility to build your. So now I was explaining about some type of. So I have a question before we move further. So are you trying for a job or a career? So what's your answer? You can respond in the chat box. Are you trying for a job or a career? So which do you prefer? So first of all, you have to understand what is the difference between job and career. So job is an uh, short-term task for an financial benefits or financial need, and which will mainly uh, we will take mainly efforts to hourly complete some task. The motivation will be kind of immediate. But when you are looking into the career, you have a lot of opportunity only if I I am stressing that word, only if you are ready to uh, enrich your skill, continuous learning, etc. So this is the main difference between job and career. Job is just an event of your career, and building a career is the journey. So even after getting your first job, also there are a lot of opportunities to grow yourself and update your skill and get promoted to the next level. So my humble suggestion is to while choosing a job, you should have to focus on whether the job have a career option or growth option, or whether you will be in the same position where you started. That is the main problem with job. The path will be stationary. But if you are looking into a career, it will be an expanding future only if you work. Okay. Now, another important thing you have to keep in mind is there are two types of mindsets. You have to assess yourself whether you have a career mindset or employee mindset. So, the nature of employee mindset is they do not want to work more, they want to work minimum. They are not ready to take the challenges, and they will wait for their growth without doing it. So, you have to assess yourself whether you are in the employee mindset or. So if you are in the employee mindset, you should you should shift to the career mindset by continuous learning, by continuously seeking the opportunity and continuously building the skills. Okay. So here come the importance of career. So actually most of the students they are mainly intending for passing some kind of examination. And after the passing only they choose for some kind of job or they will worry for their career. So, first of all, thing you have to plan your plan. So, in plan, there will be a lot of confusions. You may choose wrong careers. You may miss a lot of opportunity. So, what is mean by planning? So, planning is nothing but seeking answer for some question. Where am I? Where do I want to be? And where should I go? So these are the some of the questions you have to answer. If you answer this question, that will help to get a direction into your career. That will boost your confidence. That will help to grow. That will help for the faster, and that will help for an success in your career. Always remember, if you do not design your career, someone else will design it for you. So you may have to go with flow of the career which they career that somebody was already designed. So most of the students are from seventh semester, and some students I think if you are from sixth semester. Hope you know the life cycle of an. I just want to refresh this life cycle just to uh, give an idea about what are the job opportunities, what are the career options we have available. So, in pharma industry, uh, a new drug actually it is discovery. It's not there in the market. It's not there in the uh, as the form of APT. So we have to start from zero. We have to start a new active pharmaceutical ingredient. So that will be the first task in discovery as basic research, which will include different processes like the target disease, designing the components. So here the first career opportunity for the pharma graduates, especially for those who have very interest in chemistry, biology. there will be a chance for discoveries and then once the API is discovered, first task is to prove the efficacy of API in an animal. So that's we will do some kind of preclinical testing in animal with some legal formalities like in order to prove that this drug is safe and effective. So this is the second opportunity for pharma graduates, those who have really interested in the pharmacology, toxicology, etc. How the options. Now, once we completed this preclinical test, here comes the first regulatory requirement. It's a legal requirement to get the drug approval.
Excuse me, sir. Your voice is breaking.
Okay, I think there is a network issue here. Is it okay now?
Now it's okay.
Okay. So after proving that the drug is safe and efficacy in the animals, we have different regulatory requirement which is known as IND, Investigational New Drug Application, which will be a permission to humans study in the human subject for the efficiency as well as safety. So once it is completed, the clinical trial phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, there is another regulatory requirement that is known as NDA. So the clinical trial itself is an option for an pharma student graduates. And the regulatory requirement, another regulatory legal parts, that is another career opportunity. Then here come after getting the approval from the approval, we can manufacture in the bulk as well as we can scale up in the pharma industry. So that is the production. It will be manufactured in the large quantity. So that is another option. So once it is manufactured and getting to the market through the marketing as well as sale. So that is another kind of opportunity. And supply chain logistics as well as marketing strategies, sales strategies. So that is another career pathway.
Sir,
Okay.
again, it's not audible.
Okay. 1 minute. Am I audible now? Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Now it's clear.
Okay. So once it is get approved in the market, we have to go for a lot of strategies to market it and sell it. So we have opportunities in there also. Then it will come to the the patients as well as retail pharmacy, the commercialization as well. I like that aspect. So that is another aspects of career strategy for pharma students. Now we have the pharmacovigilance as an phase 4 clinical trial. So another pharmacovigilance is another career opportunity we have. So these are the just outline of life of a drug to just explain uh, where the career options are. Now, my as a summary, we can uh, summarize the career pathway. These are some of the traditional career pathways we have. So if somebody is asking you what is your career, you should not say it's manufacturing or it's an industry. So see, in case of manufacturing itself, there are different career pathways. We will explain each career pathway and different position and different uh, uh, qualification required, skill required, as well as for soft skill required for each career pathway in the next slides. So I will summarize first one. There is a production, there is a quality assurance department, there is a quality control department. There are some regulatory as well as safety careers like fair. That is another career pathway. Pharmacovigilance is another career pathway. And in case of research, how uh, research and development and formulation and development, these are another career pathway. And if you are really interested with some kind of interpersonal skill or some kind of sales, marketing, product management, all these are related with the business strategies. And we have some other career options like scientific academia and patient care, patient in last but least the most of the our students are going for only this kind of career opportunity, hospital, community pharmacy, or pharmacy. They maybe start their own retail pharmacy like that. Okay, so these are the some of the traditional pathway, but the pharma landscape is changing like anything. Now we are in an AI era. We have personalized medicine, biologics, AI in healthcare, and the opportunity is more in India because, as we all know, India is the pharmacy of the world. India is one of the largest generic medicine production country. So nowadays, India is shifting from pure manufacturing to innovation and research also. So we have a lot of opportunities only if we explore the opportunities, we work for it. Okay. So this is my nutshell of today's presentation. This is what I mean for planning your career. So I will split the planning into 7 steps. Now, as a first step, how to evaluate ourselves, the weekend self-assessment. You have to know yourself, what is your strength, what is your interest. And along with that, based on this interest and based on your strength, you have to choose. Second step, that is another important thing we must aware about, that is the GD, that means job description. So job description is a document which is given by an employer, and they will give this job description for each job position in career pathway. So they will very specifically mention the education requirement, educational qualification required, what are the technical skill required, what are the soft skill required. So you must aware about the job description, and you must evaluate yourself your interested job career for the gap analysis, with which means what are the requirement they mention in the job description, what are the skill do you have. You must measure the gap between this, and you have to update the, or if you have to update the required task or educational qualification or skill, etc. So that is the third foundations. Then only we can go for the CV and etc. So why I am mentioning this GD in the first slide itself? Because this is an example of GD, which is an AI generated. So there is will be an very specifically mentioned job summary for each job of each position, and there will be some key responsibilities, and there will be an requirement of educational qualification as well as skill requirement. So they will very specifically mention PharmD or pharmacy practice may be required, and state license may be required. So these are the some of the mandatory which is required for any kind of along with that, they will mention some kind of skill like communication skill, critical skills. These are some of the soft skills. And along with the skill, they will mention some technical skill and mention counseling. So that is the technical skill which is required for this kind of. So the first important thing is we have to understand what are the different career paths we have, and what are the different job positions in that career path. What are the different educational qualifications? What are the different technical skill as well as soft skill required for each uh, job position in the career path? That's good. Now, in next few slides, I will explore some of the career pathway just to understand what is mean by this GD and what are the different requirements. First, we will take clinical and hospital pharmacy as a career. So, if anybody is very interested with some kind of patient care and patient counseling, etc., this is the job for one should be interested for that kind of skill only can choose this kind of career. Now you have to understand what are the different position available in this career path. So you can start career as a graduate or junior or B.Pharm, or have a some some kind some post very different uh, or this career only have some basic pharmacology knowledge, drug discovery they have, and skill in the laboratory information system, hospital information system, etc. And I, I just mentioned here some CTC. So, is it okay now?
Sir, it's okay now, but I think the voice is better without video.
Okay, I will mute the. Sorry, I will switch off the video first. Okay, is it okay now?
Now okay, sir.
Okay. So,
I here mentioned which is the salary you are going to get lakhs per annum, which will include all the salary as well as insurance or some kind of HRA, etc. So you have to look for the salary. And also for the skill which is required for each position and some of the soft skills for each position. So we will not have sufficient time to explain each position and its skill now. You can just search yourself for the skill required for this position. You just understand what are the different position which is available. Experience of team leader, then some extra qualification or something of MPA, administrative. Voice is
Sir, sorry to interrupt you. Again, the voice is not clear.
I think the network is very weak here, even though it is in Wi-Fi. It's not connected. Okay. What about now? Is it clear? Okay. I will try to continue. Okay, so these are the different career options you have in the clinical and hospital pharmacy. So as you gain your experience and gain your the knowledge and skill, you may have to acquire some extra qualification like MBA or sometime PhD for further promotion in the same career pathway. So this is the importance of continuous learning even after getting a job. Okay. So this is the different career opportunities we have in the clinical and hospital pharmacy. Likewise, if you are really interested in some kind of manufacturing process of pharmaceutical products, here we have another career pathway. You can start your career as an production trainee or junior officer with an BPharm or MPharm in pharmacy track, or sorry, pharmaceutics or industrial pharmacy, with the basic skill of GMP, equipment operation, document. So why I am stressing on this skill is in GED, they will specify the qualification requirement as well as this kind of skill requirement in the job description. So if you want to get a job in this kind of career of position, you must have that skill and you must be aware about the skill which is required, and you must include this kind of skill which you have in the CV to get an interview call. So that's why I'm stressing with this kind of uh, skill as well as education qualification required for the each position. So with the sufficient experience as well as with some higher education, you may be promoted to senior production officer or executive, and further with the improved skill as well as education, you will may be promoted to assistant or deputy manager of the production, then production manager or plant head. So as your career grows, the CTC also will increase, and also in order to get promoted to the next position in the career pathway, you may have to acquire some kind of educational qualification and some kind of skills for each position. So it's very important for an pharma graduate to make an habit of continuous learning, continuously updating their knowledge, and continuously focusing on their career growth. And moreover, if you are choosing a career, you must be aware about the different position available in the career pathway, because in many of the interview they will ask an question: where do you find yourself after 5 years? So you must be able to answer the this kind of question with the exact the position you want to be in the uh, that company after 5 years with sufficient skill, with sufficient educational qualification. So that's the importance of continuous learning in the career pathway. So these are the different career pathway, career positions in the pharmaceutical production: production trainee, senior production officer, assistant deputy manager, production manager, as well as plant or vice president of production. Now coming to the another department in the manufacturing industry, that is quality control. So this is why I mentioned, if somebody is asking what is your career pathway, you should not say it's an industry. You have to be specific about whether you want to build your career in the production or in the quality control or in the quality assurance. So this, if you are really interested in some kind of analytical skill like titration, HPLC, spectroscopy, and if you are very much interested with the quality control, this is the job for you. This is the best career for you. You can start your career with as an QA analyst or executive with an educational qualification of BPharm for freshers. But most of the case, they will prefer MPharm with the relevant certification and skill like analytical method by for using HPLC, gas chromatography, etc. And with the sufficient experience and skill, you will be promoted into senior QC analyst or executive, and further, you will be promoted to QC team leader, then QC manager, and head of QC or QC director, head of QC or QC director. So these are the different positions which are available in the quality control career pathway. And as I mentioned, you have to be with the qualification which is required for this kind of career, and skill also required. So as the career focus, you may have to go for another skill like advanced analytical method, validation method, as well as root cause analysis. These are the skill which is required to get promoted into senior QC analyst. So Even if you start your career as an QC analyst, you must be in a career pathway by upgrading your knowledge, upgrading your skills, continuous learning. Okay. Now coming to the next one, that is quality assurance. That is another department in the pharma industry. So you can start your career as an QA trainee with BPharm itself, but you should be have a skill in the good manufacturing practice, good laboratory practice, etc. And if you are very interested in some kind of QMS, quality management system, uh, corrective and preventive action system management, product production of batch production record. All these are prepared by the QC personals. Okay, so you should have some kind of soft skill also, communication, teamwork, adaptability. So these are the soft skill which is required to grab the different position in the quality assurance path, career path. Okay, and you can look into the CTC, that is the cost to company, which I mentioned as an lakhs per annum. These are the salary per annum. It will be the sum total of the salary for 12 months, which will may include. So even if you start with the less salary, even after within 10 or 10 years, you will be in a good position in a pharma industry. So that is the importance of career than a job. You will be promoted into next position with sufficient skill as well as sufficient education. Now, another career path is research and development. So, if you are really interested in some kind of discovering new things for like some kind of mm, analytical skill as well as if you are basic knowledge in the chemistry, if you are really interested in the pharmaceutical chemistry as well as pharmaceutical analysis, pharmaceutics, it is the main thing. You will be have more opportunity in the drug discovery, which include the target identification as well as lead optimization, etc. So there are a lot of opportunity if you have sufficient skill as well as qualification. So you can start your career as an R&D trainee or junior research associate. Then you will be promoted to research scientist grade 1, then to grade 2, then you will be promoted to senior research scientist, then principal scientist or lead scientist, then to R&D director or head of the department. It will take time, and as well as it require a lot of effort to acquire the knowledge as well as skills throughout the period. Okay, so these are the different career opportunities we have in the R&D career pathway. Again, it is a continuous learning process. So if you are really interested, once you completed the B.Pharm, you may have to complete the M.Pharm in pharma chemistry, or sometimes pharmaceutical analysis will be the better choice for working in the R&D department. Now coming to the another career pathway, that is a formulation and development, F&D. So once an active pharmaceutical ingredient is discovered in an drug discovery, its the next task is we have to give this active pharmaceutical ingredient as the form of dosage form. So here come the importance of formulation development. So depending on the BCS classification, which route can be used and which dosage form can be used, that can be uh, uh, done by this formulation and development department. So if you have basic B.Pharm or PharmD degree with skill in the pre-formulation dosage form designing, is one of the career options available for you. Of course, along with the technical skill as well as educational qualification, you have to acquire some kind of soft skill like communication, teamwork skill, adaptability, problem solving skill. So these are the some of the skill which is required for this position. You can start your career as a trainee in F&D or junior scientist. Then you will be promoted to scientist of scientist 1 or officer, scientist 2, then senior scientist, manager FT or director FT or head of or vice president of the F&D department. So this is the different career opportunities in the formulation and development career pathway. Now, if you are really interested in the analytical methods, it's a specific career pathway for those who have completed MPharm in pharmaceutical analysis, analytical method development. So most of you have seen the IP, and in IP there will be an standardization method for each drug. So all these are made by some scientists as an analytical method. They have developed that method to find out the percentage purity, etc. So here also, if you have a degree of MPharm in pharmaceutical chemistry or in pharmaceutical analysis, that will be a better option for to start your career as a junior analyst. Then you will be promoted to analytical scientist, then promoted to senior scientist, then to lead scientist, then principal scientist manager, and uh, analytical method development director. Okay, so these are the basic skill which is required. You should have a skill on the basic HPLC as well as GC handling, UV spectroscopy, SOP compliance, lab documentation process. So these are the skills. So you have to find out what's your interest, and you have to check for the uh, you have to analyze for the gap for uh, uh, gap with the GD for your dream position of your career. So that is the first thing you have to do while before choosing a career itself. Okay. Now we have some career opportunities in the pharmaceutical industry. If you are really interested in some kind of cell culture, assay development, chromatography, uh, fermentation process. So as we all know, most of the pharmaceutical active ingredients are manufactured by fermentation process. And there are many development in the monoclonal antibody. There are many development in the vaccines. So all this will be through the pharmaceutical biotechnology department. So if you have basic B Pharm or PharmD or MPharm in pharma biotechnology, this is one of the job opportunity you have, and these are the career pathway. You can start your career as a trainee scientist or associate. Then you will be promoted to senior scientist, then manager, project leader, director, VP, or head. So these are the different career pathway which is available for pharmaceutical biotechnology. Now here come the another career pathway for regulatory affair uh, department. As I mentioned in the first slide itself, the pharmaceutical market itself is controlled by many regulatory compliances. Like we have to get approval from the regulatory authority for initiating the clinical trial. We have to get the approval from regulatory authority to market the product, and we have to get license for each product to manufacture it. So all these are complained by some regulatory laws. So this is the opportunities for those who are really interested with jurisprudence, legal formalities, especially those who have completed MPharm regulatory affair, and they have basic skill in the understanding of drug development process. What are the different global regulatory agencies in the world, and what are the different uh, uh, skills. What is mean by CTD? What is a common technical document? Those who have completed 7 semester, they may know this kind of terms because this is there in the industrial pharmacy. So this is the job opportunities for those who are really interested in this kind of aspects. You can start your career as an regulatory affair associate or executive. Then you will be promoted to senior regulatory associate or executive, then you will be promoted to assistant manager, then senior manager or associate director, or VP of regulatory affairs. And you will get a reasonable CTC as a basic salary in the starting position itself. As the experience, as the skill develop, you will get the more salary. Now, coming to the next one, that is the intellectual property right. You may heard about the patent. So there are different type of intellectual property. One of the intellectual property is patent. Another one is copyright. Copyright is usually for the medias or art kind of things, like some kind of images, some kind of documents, poem, etc. Like that, patent is the one of the intellectual property for discovery. So if you are well versed with the patenting kind of procedure, it's some job opportunities for you. You can start your career as a patent analyst with our intellectual property associate. You should have basic B.Pharm degree, and there are some IPR like intellectual property rights certifications. So you have to complete that kind of certification to get a job like initial level, like patent analyst or IP associate. Then there will be an senior analyst or registered patent agent, then IPR manager or team leader, then to head. So along with the knowledge, along with the qualification, you have to be with the skill like pattern basis. You have to you should have an ability to search whether this drug is already patented or this process is already patented. So this is the another opportunities for pharmacy graduates in the intellectual property right. Now coming to the clinical research as well as pharmacovigilance. So as I mentioned, along with the life cycle, there are many opportunities in the clinical trial for pharma students, especially those who have completed PharmD, those who have completed clinical pharmacy and from clinical pharmacy, and pharmacology itself also. So there are two separate pathways in pharmacovigilance as well as clinical research. So in case of pharmacovigilance, you can start your career as a drug safety associate or case processor, then you will be promoted to pharmacovigilance scientist and or signal analyst, and then to pharmacovigilance team lead, risk management lead, then director or head of the pharmacovigilance. Same time, you have another opportunity in the clinical trial research. So you can start your career as a clinical research coordinator, clinical trial assistant, then to clinical research associate, then clinical project manager, etc. So you should have a basic knowledge in the clinical pharmacy and many of the pharmacy practical technical skill like individual case study report, uh, med DRA coding. So these are the some of the skill which is required for those who want to earn career growth in the clinical research and pharmacovigilance. Now we have some opportunities in scientific writing. If you are really interested in the scientific writing with the proper referencing, proper literature review, you have a lot of opportunities as an associate scientific writer, junior medical writer, then to scientific writer or medical writer, then to senior scientific writer and senior medical writer. So as the skill increases with from basic writing to literature research to complex document like the CSR, investigator brochure preparement, poster as well as data interpretation skills. So these are the different skill which is required for any job in the scientific writing career pathway. Now we have some options, career options in the medical coding also. This is suitable for any bio life science graduates also. But if you are interested in this kind of job, this will be another job opportunities for pharma graduates. So if you have basic B.Pharm or B.Pharm with some kind of certification from certificate professional coder or certified coding associate. These are some of the certificates we have to get to work as a trainee pharmacist. Okay, so if you have this basic education qualification as well as basic knowledge about the anatomy, physiology, medical terminology, and ICD-10, that is the international classification of disease, then current procedure terminology. So these are the some of the aspects which will come in the coding. So if you have that kind of certificate and skill, you have an opportunities in the medical coding also. But you have to choose your career wisely because you have to choose some other factors also for while choosing and career that we will discuss later. Then in latest era of AI as well as in this era, we have more opportunity in the bioinformatics. So you can start your career as an trainee biopharmaceutical analyst, then senior bioinformatic analyst, then bioinformatic team lead, director of bioinformatics. These are the different positions available in this bioinformatic career pathway with the basic degree of B.Pharm. And maybe we may have to complete some other certificates, including bioinformatics. So here come the importance of certificates course like NPTEL. There are many certificate course in the bioinformatics, about the bioinformatics in the NPTEL. So along with the basic degree, you may have to acquire some basic skill about the Python as well as different BLAST sequence alignment. So these are some of the GNA sequence which will affect the overall pharmacological action in personalized medicine. So here come the importance of bioinformatics. Now coming to the next one, as an AI leader in the career journey, if you are really interested in the artificial intelligence along with the B.Pharm is not an option for AI either career journey, but you may have to complete some other certification courses in the artificial intelligence which is relevant to your career pathway. So you can start your career as a clinical data analyst, then to AI solution scientist, then AI product manager, and director of healthcare AI innovation. So if you are seeing the CTC for this kind of job, it is very, very high, even for an start. I have a disclaimer here also. The CTC is depending on, it will vary depending on the position, depending on the policy of the corporate company, depending on the location. But these are the available data which is available in the public domain for this kind of job. Now, if you are really interested in some kind of business or some kind of interpersonal skills, uh, some of the students maybe they are extrovert, they do not want to be in some kind of chair. So this is another career pathway for those who are really interested to travel, those who are really interested in the business. Even though we will call it as a medical representative, you are more opportunities than some other career if you are really interested with this kind of skill. You can the B.Pharm or D.Pharm is not even mandatory for to start your career, but most of the pharma company they will prefer B.Pharm candidate for this sale section. So you can start your career as a medical representative once if you have sufficient skill as well as you have sufficient tools to measure the sale in the market. You will be promoted to team leader or senior medical representative. Then you will be promoted to area sales manager, then to regional sales manager, and to national sales manager or sales director. So along with the basic B.Pharm degree, you may have to do some kind of PG in business administration, MBA, etc. So these are the some of the career pathway for those who have interested in the business aspects. And another important pathway is marketing. So sale is differ from marketing by uh, you are the one, those who are interested in really in the designing or making marketing strategy of their product. This is the job opportunity for them. You can start your career as a junior marketing executive with a B.Pharm or D.Pharm degree. But you should be aware about the different marketing principle as well as digital basis of marketing and customer relationship management. So these are the different aspects or different skill which you have to technical skill which you have to acquire to get an good job in the marketing career. So these are the other positions: senior marketing executive, product manager or brand manager. Then we have senior product manager, marketing manager, lead head, etc. Now, as we all know, there are many opportunities in academic in the private sector. You can start your career only if you have an relevant M.Pharm qualification. You can start with an assistant professor as an position. Then with the PhD, you will be promoted to associate professor with sufficient experience of 10 years. You will be promoted to HOD, head of the department, then into the principal and VC or dean or some kind of university. So this is another career pathway who's really interested in the teaching, those who are really interested in the preparing lesson planning as well as other things. Now, there are, of course, we have to explain some career pathway in the government aspects also. So these are the some of the uh, career options in the Kerala government sector. It will be almost same in other state also. So we have some opportunities to work as a pharmacist with basic B Farm or D Farm degree or Farm D or M Farm. But there will be some eligibility examination like the PSC examination. So you have to crack the PSC examination to get into the list of PSC and to get appointed. And another opportunity is drug inspector. Those who have completed with the minimum B Farm degree, they can apply for the PSC examination of drug inspector. And drug analyst, another PSC with a basic degree of B Farm. And then there are many government pharmacy colleges, so you can start your career as in academics as an assistant professor with the PSC for assistant professor also. So it will be same in other state also. So I will just mentioning this in the government sector of Kerala. Now we have more options in the government sector in India, like there are some UPSC drug inspector posts. There are some government pharmacist posts by uh, different boards like Railway Recruitment Board, State PSC, or hospital examination. Sometimes there will be AIMS PSC examination, no, not PSC, AIMS pharmacist examination. So you have to be focused on the current news available in the news. Then there are some posts in the drug analyst in the government laboratory. Again, there will be state PSC as well as UPSC. Then academic, there will be some academic institution controlled by the central government, like NIPER and all those things. So again, if you have sufficient educational qualification as well as skill, you have to crack some kind of competitive examination in order to get to the position. Now coming to the till now we were exploring different career pathway. Now, if you are asking which is the best career pathway, my answer will be I don't know, because it's you are going to decide which career do you want. Okay, so here come the planning for your career. So as I mentioned, the first step to plan your career is the self-assessment as well as choose an pathway. So how to choose an pathway? You have to ask yourself what's your interest, whether you want to work in an pharma industry or you are really interested to work in an clinical firm or in an hospital pharmacy as an or as an quality analyst. So that is you have to decide what is your interest. Now, second thing you have to ask yourself is what am I good at? What are your skill to get one job in the career pathway? If you have just that skill, you can apply. Or if you don't have, you have to build that skill during the academic as well as after the academic period. Now, another thing you have to ask yourself is what is your personality, whether you are an introvert or extrovert, or whether you are really interested into interpersonal skill. So that's what I am mentioning. The sales and marketing is those who are really interested to meet new people. They really interested to speak with many. So based on this, also you have to and also you have to consider your value. What's your importance? Whether to make some money or whether to uh, uh, service the society, whatever the value you are have. No, if you didn't get any kind of answer for this self-reflection, you didn't find out any kind of answer, you didn't find the interest, you can use some tools. These are some of the uh, psychological tools which can be used. It will be available in the Google. You can search what is meant by SWOT analysis. It is nothing by strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat analysis. So you try to write your what are your strengths, what are your weakness, what are your opportunities, what are your threat, and then you decide which job will be suited for you, which career will be suited for you. And even if you have confusion with your personality, you can use some kind of psychological tool like 16 personality. There are some inventory. You have to just answer some question so that they will tell you which type of personality you have. Then you can use some kind of interest inventory. Some you can watch some informational interview also to choose your career. So this is very, very important. You are the one who to choose which career do you want. And while choosing the career, you have to evaluate the option you have available, whether the skill matches the career pathway, whether the market demand, whether there is a possibility of market demand or growth, whether we will get an sufficient salary or compensation, whether this career will choose, whether suit for my lifestyle. So, for example, if you are a joint family, you cannot separate from your family. Some kind of job cannot be opted because we will not be available with that career option in our native places. We may have to shift to some other place. So, of course, you have to choose. You have to consider these three, four things before choosing your career pathway. And there is an famous Japanese concept to choose an best pathway. So while choosing a career, you should consider the passion, you should consider the vocation, you should consider the mission, and uh, you should consider the profession also. So passion is nothing but what you love as a pharmacy student. Whether you want to work as an what do you want to do, whether you feel happy when you are dispensing drug, you will feel happy when you are manufacturing, or you have an intention to new intention to discover new drug. So you have to consider your passion. So an ideal profession should be, or ideal career should be the intersection of these four. You have to consider all these aspects. What you love, what are you good at? You cannot choose any career that you don't good at. If you don't have some kind of skill, it is not better to choose that because you cannot survive there. So you should choose a career what you are at good. And of course, you have to look for what world needs. You should not choose a career that do not have any option for career growth. Okay. And of course, you have to consider what you will get, what you can be paid off for your job. So you have to consider one career pathway after considering all those things. So it is up to you. You have to decide which job. So that will be the best career opportunity or best career pathway for you. Okay, don't ask somebody else for which is the best career pathway for you. You have to find out yourself which is the career pathway, which do you love more, you are good at, and what world demand, and what you will get from that kind of career pathway. Now, coming to the second steps for career planning is, of course, the GD. So if you are planning, you have decided one career pathway. Now you want to get your first job. So it is very important to understand the job description for your job position. Whether you are for clinical pharmacist, you should be aware about the what are the key responsibilities for an clinical pharmacist, and what are the key qualification required, what are the key skills required, what are the experience required, and it will be different for some other job. That is another important thing. So you cannot be in general. You cannot be in the two boat. Okay, so you should be aware about the job description. What are the skill required? What are the educational qualification required? So you must read carefully for the GD, and you must extract the keyword which is required to add in the CV for an interview call. Okay, then you have to consider the section. What are the must have? When the employer will be inform some kind of what are the must have requirements, what is nice to have requirement, what is the culture. So you have to look for that, and you can apply only if the 70 percentage of the skill requirement meet with your skill. Otherwise, you should not apply for that kind of job. Now, you understand while analyzing the gap in the GD and your skill, you find out there is some uh, missing skill. So you may have to go for updating your knowledge. So you have to go for that is the third step of our planning and career. You have to acquire an fundamental knowledge and academic discipline as well as practical experience through the internship. So you must be aware about the about must be aware about the different internship opportunity you have. So you have to acquire the basic requirement for each position. So that is what the third step you have to do for your planning. So here is the important thing I want to mention regarding the educational qualification. So most of the students are in B.Pharm final years. So you may choose some career which requires some kind of higher education. So you may have different kinds of higher education opportunities. You can do M.Pharm in pharmaceutics, industrial pharmacy, pharmaceutical chemistry, analysis, pharmacy practice, pharmacology, pharmacognosy, pharmaceutical quality assurance, regulatory affairs, as well as pharmaceutical biotechnology. These are the different M.Pharm courses available for us to go for higher studies. And these are some MBA higher options, MBA in pharmaceutical management, pharmaceutical marketing, healthcare, then human resource management, general management. Then there are some PGDM, postgraduate diploma in management, like pharmaceutical management program. So you have to find out where do you want to do your higher education. So this is another important thing. Where do you want to go for your higher studies? So I will suggest try to join in any premier institution providing M.Pharm. So this is a list of premier institution as per the NIR ranking 2025. So Jamia Ahmad Birla Institute of Beats Pilani, Punjab University, JS. So uh, if you are looking into the qualifying examination required to get admission for M.Pharm in this institution, GPAT is mandatory. So if you are in the third year or fourth year students of B.Pharm, it is the time to start your preparation for it. If you have any plan for higher study, it is the time to start your planning for the GPAT and to crack the GPAT and to get admission into this kind of premier institution. And in order to get admission into NIPER, you may have to write another exam, JEE, NIPER JEE, joint examination, entrance examination. Now, what is the advantages of doing pharmacy in the premier institution? You will get placed immediately once you finish your course, and you there is opportunities for scholarship and as well as financial aid. You will be directly placed into well-reputed pharma industry. They will come and hire you as an campus placement from this kind of institution. And most important thing is all these kind of institution have world-class faculties. They will have advanced research faculties. So you will get an exposure to world-class environment to do this kind of higher education. Now coming to some about 10 premium institution to do MBA as per the NIR ranking, you can go for it. So most of the IAM is in the list. In order to get admission in the IAM, you have to crack another examination, that is CAT. So all this can be searched by yourself and find out what is the CAT, what is the examination pattern, etc. It's again the advantage is there will be 100% placement record and higher CTC from 25 to 35 lakhs per annum as an for a fresher. So that will be the higher placement opportunity from this kind of institution. Okay. Now coming to the fourth step of our planning for the career, that is the building a resume or CV. So you have to understand the difference between resume and CV first. So this is a simple thing. The resume is an 1 or 2 page, very uh, uh, short document you have to give to get an interview. So, in order to get an interview call, you have to prepare CV. But if you need some kind of detailed information about yourself, you can prepare the CV. It will be more than 5 pages or etc. Okay. So most of the recruiter they need the one resume which is matching with the GD. That is the importance of GD as well as resume. You have to prepare an GD which suit with the resume, action oriented, skill oriented, which is specified in the resume. Okay. So I will briefly explain what is mean by CV or resume. What are the important components we have to mention that. You should give the contact information that is mandatory. Then you can give the professional summary. Should not write any kind of I am hardworking, I am sincere, I am punctual. No, that is not the summary you have to add because in GD they have specified some kind of skill, analytical skill they require. They require some kind of therapeutic monitoring skill required. So you have to summarize your professional summary in such a way that it will match with the GD. Okay, then you can add your work experience if you have in the reverse chronological order. That means latest experience in the first and last one. And also you have to add the educational qualification. And another important aspect is core skill. So this is very important. You have to enlist different technical skill you have to enlist different soft skill you have. And the more important thing is the whatever the thing you are including in the resume should match with the GD which is uh, given by the employer for which you are going to get an interview call. Then only your resume will be selected and you will get an interview call only if your resume match with the skill which is specified in the resume. Okay, and you can give additional requirement like publication. So it is better to publish your research product in the final year because you can include that in the CV. And here comes another important thing, the certification. So if you completed some kind of NPTEL courses, some kind of other internship courses, you can include that as an achievement. Then if you find any kind of achievements like you crack the GPAT and you got some kind of uh, rank, you can mention here as an achievement. And if you are in kind of leadership in any organization, in order to give your skill, you can add that also. Okay, and please note that you should not use any kind of vague generalized information. Should not give any fabricated skill which do not have, and do not use any kind of unprofessional contact information like coolboy99gmail.com. You should give a professional email address, professional number, etc. Should not add any kind of unprofessional, irrelevant photos, etc. So this is one of example for mock CV for pharmacy graduate. So all the thing which I mentioned in the green are good, and all the thing which is mentioned in the red uh, is bad. Because in this read about I am an hardworking, enthusiastic, seeking challenges. So this is a general summary about yourself. You should not act like that. You have to mention the career goal you have to. I want to be an professional QA analyst. Be specific with each job. So this is another important thing. You have to prepare resume for each interview. You should not prepare resume for a general thing. You have to prepare resume for each job description. You have to modify the resume for each GD. Then only you will get an interview call. Okay. So this is an ideal as well as bad kind of. Always try to make an CV in an ATS friendly. So most of the case, if there is an more candidates for any kind of interview or job, most of the corporate company will use some kind of software which is known as applicant tracking system, that is the ATS. So in order to get past the software, you should have to do some best practices. You have to keep it simple and standard. You should not use any kind of complex graphical layout. You should not use any kind of irrelevant information. You have to use simple words like work experience, education, like that. And you have to emphasize more on the skill which match with the GD. Okay, so this is very, very important. You should not use any kind of complex graphics or layout. It is better to keep it as a simple one column profile or resume. Standard, you have to use standard font. You have to clear predictable heading like experience, skill, and education. Single column layout. You should not use any kind of graphics or icon. Make it plain or bullet. Should not use any kind of complex things. So this is what I want to say about while preparing an ATS friendly resume. Make it simple and make it relevant. Make it relevant. Only add the relevant thing which is relevant for NGD. Okay. Now, along with the resume, you have to build your professional brand. So, hope many of you have LinkedIn profile. Start your LinkedIn profile, update your LinkedIn profile, connect with the industry professionals. You have to present. Nobody is there to promote you. You have to brand yourself. Okay, so you do your LinkedIn profile, attend with the different conference participation, try to be in strategic networking, try to be in the part of some group like Students Forum of IPA, APTI. Like you have to be in connection with the one who need for the growth in your career. Okay, so that is important. You have to build a professional personal brand. You should be known for yourself by promoting you, by preparing an optimized pharmacy LinkedIn profile. So you should add a professional photo and relevant headings, relevant banner, and relevant key strategic headlines. So you can search, you can explore the opportunities as well as facilities in the LinkedIn profile. I have to tell you only one thing. You can create resume even after your graduation, but you cannot create and you cannot update an LinkedIn profile after the BCom course. You have to create it now itself, and you have to show that you are actively involved in the career development. You are keep on continuous learning during the academic session itself as well as after the academic session. So keep updating your LinkedIn profile when you get an publication, when you completed an internship, when you get an certification from NPTEL. Please keep updating your profile and updating your skill in this area. So here you can see this is an example for a candidate for a clinical pharmacist. So you have to update your skill by giving clinical pharmacist, patient-oriented, focused advocate, healthcare innovation. So these are the key information which is you have to update while completing each courses. Okay, so we were here, we have explored different career pathway, we have self assessed, then we assessed the GD, then we found some kind of core skill by upgrading ourselves by doing some kind of higher education or by updating our skills. Then we made an ATS friendly resume. Then we made some kind of professional digital brand. Then we applied for a job by using an ATS friendly. So if our ATS friendly CV is matching with the GD specified the employer, we will get an interview call. Now you have to ready for the interview. I'm not going to in detail about the interview process and all those things. So you have to understand the thing is it will be a formal meeting to assess your qualification experience, whether you will fit with the culture. So there will be different kind of questions like behavioral questions, technical questions. There will be different levels of interviews like phone screening, initial HR manager level, technical, etc. So for preparing an interview, you must research about your company. So you may get an interview call from some kind of employer. You must know about the company. You have to understand the company culture, mission, value, recent news, and products. Then you have to analyze for the job description they have provided for which you got an interview call. And you have to study the skill, qualification, responsibility they mentioned. And you have to prepare for the interview questions. Behavioral question will be there. And you have to conduct some mock interview to prepare for the interview. You have to dress professionally while attending the interview. And you have to plan your interview. So if it is in remote location, you have to find out the exact location, time, if you want to go in person, or if you are through an virtual interview, you have to uh, find out which platform it will occur, what is the planned time, etc. Okay, so you must be in the professional attire, both the virtual interview as well as both the in-personal interview. Now, another important thing is when some interviewer is asking some kind of behavioral questions, uh, like uh, uh, so for example, for you are going for an interview and somebody is asking, tell me about the time you handled the stress situation. For an interview for an quality control department, they are asking an general question. Tell me about a time you handled the stress situation. Please understand they are not asking for your personal feeling or personal problem in your family. How did you handle the stress? They are asking this question. How did you tackle the stress condition in your career or in your workplace? Okay, so you have to split that question into situation, task, and action. So I will explain with the same questions. What is the situation here? You can explain one answer for this kind of question during my internship. The HPLC machine was broken down. So that is the situation you have faced and stressful situation. Now, what was the task you have to do at that time? You have to ensure the sample is not degraded. So that was the task you have to do that the time. So what did at that time? That is the action. So you can tell. I immediately informed my supervisor and secured the sample into appropriate the stability chamber and logged the breakdown as per the SOP. And what is the result? You did this, and thereby the sample was saved, and you could complete your analysis with another machine. So this is what an interview intended, not for your personal problem, not for your personal life condition. If they are asking any kind of behavioral question, tell me about the time you handled a stress situation. They are not mentioning in the career or not, but they are asking whether you are an career oriented or not. Okay, so this is the sixth step. Now coming to the seventh step. Once you get job, it's not over. You just landed in the job. Now it's your duty to acquire the technical skill and grow into the career pathway, which you need some kind of continuous learning, some kind of certification, some case of leadership development, strategic networking, and adaptability and resilience. Always you should have an goal. So if in an interview, if somebody is asking what's your short-term goal as well as what is your long-term goal, or where do you find you after 5 years, you should have an goal. After 5 years, I will be in this position in the career pathway. You should able to answer that question in smart. You have to set your goal by smart, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time. And let me conclude to give a simple suggestion to you. You start your career plan. You take an 30-day career plan, immediate implementation action. In the first week, you discover yourself by SWOT analysis, strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat analysis, and identify one or two career pathway which will suit for you. And then for the second, you try to prepare an ATS friendly CV as well as LinkedIn profile. And in third week, you start networking. At least you try to contact with somebody who's working in the dream job. It may be your seniors, or it may be your guide, or it may be your super seniors, or whatever. Then go for the internship. So that is another thing. Maybe it will be very difficult to get a job as a fresher. So start doing internship to convert your theoretical knowledge to practical knowledge. That what the pharmaceutical industry want. So always seek for the opportunity for internship. So you can do the internship in the career you want. Like you can do in the pharmaceutical industry, you can do in the contract research organization, you can do in the biological company, biotechnological company, hospitals or research institute, etc. But they require some specific skill to get internship in this kind of field. Update that you should have basic knowledge, team professionalism, all this should be the employer will seek for this kind of skill to get one person. Okay, so always you should start your career domain. You prepare your ATS friendly CV, build your LinkedIn profile, apply through the portal. So most of the pharma industry as well as pharma biotechnology company have their own website. So you start applying for internship, and along with that, you start attending the network event, placement drive, career fair. Then always use the networking for guidance. Always gain the online certification like NPTL, and follow up it for the professional way. Okay, so this is what I have to suggest to you. Try for it. Once you get a job, you should have an 1 year career development plan to develop that, and always have this 10 habits of professional growth. Always be in proactive network, impeccable attention to detail, ethical integrity, lifelong learning habit. Always you have to embrace the latest technology, including AI, machine learning, etc. You should have an skill in the clear communication. You should have an skill in the adaptability and regulation, and always seek feedback from your mentors, and always have an habit of time management. Always seek the mentorship, and these are some of the recommended resources for pharmacy growth catcher. You can be a part of professional organization like IPA, APTI, or FIP. You can use different kinds of news like Pharma Tutor, Pharma Technology, FDA news updates. And there are many learning platforms that we had discussed yesterday, like Coursera, edX, NPTEL, SOEM, and always have an LinkedIn profile and updated LinkedIn profile. So let me conclude my presentation. It was a lengthy one, I know that. Uh, I have to tell you only one thing. Most of the successful personnel didn't reach their position by accident. They hard worked hard. So you can also do that. Your degree opened the door. Your skill, attitude, and continuous learning determine how far you can go. The important project. So your career, the career is your greatest project. So always have an action plan. So my action plan is be a be with an career goal, be with an updated CV before graduation, be with an LinkedIn profile, be with some internship experience or industrial certification, and mentors. So that's all about the presentation. I know it was a lengthy one because we had to focus many of the area. So let me conclude. Your dedication today is the foundation of your successful tomorrow. So thank you. If you have any question, you can ask now.
Okay. Thank you very much, Ashif sir, for that wonderful and insightful session. Your guidance on planning a successful career in pharmacy has certainly inspired our participants. We'll now have a brief question answer session. So if anyone have any questions, please ask now, or you can type your question in the chat box, or later you can share it in the WhatsApp group. We will be happy to take a few questions. Sir, someone was requested to share PPT input.
Yeah, we will share.
I think what tools you use to create that PPT? It's different.
We have to use AI for designing the PPT, but we have to uh, finalize our content. That we have to do. That nobody is going to do for us, because whatever the thing which we are going to present, that will be our own. And you can use the AI like Gemini Banana for preparing each slide, for especially for the infographics. But you have to create your own content.
Okay, sir. If anyone has no questions, let us conclude. Thank you once again, Mr. Ashif AK, for sharing your valuable knowledge and experience with us. We sincerely appreciate your time and effort. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam.
As we come to the conclusion of today's webinar, I cordially invite Dr. Sujit S. Nair, Vice President, APTA Kerala State Branch, to deliver the vote of thanks. Over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Ashif madam. So we know it was a long session. Everybody is waiting for a dinner, I think now. Anyway, it was a long session, but it was very informative and it was very helpful. Ashif sir, it was very good, and Anish sir, it was very,
Yes, sir.
what you call very good session. Am I audible?
Standing.
Okay,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Audible.
Okay. So we are here to conclude 2 days our student skill series. So it was very much inspiring to see the enthusiastic participation and curiosity of our students joined from various institutions. Not even from Kerala, outside Kerala also many students are joined. So during these sessions, our distinguished resource persons shared valuable insight on research writing, online learning opportunities, career planning, and effective use of AI to enhance presentation skills. So we hope these sessions have inspired every participant to become an independent learner and a future-ready pharmacy professional. This program is not the end of our journey, it is only the beginning. As we promised, all the registered participants will continue to remain members of our Student Skill Series WhatsApp community, where they can seek guidance related to the academics, research, even career planning, higher studies, AI tools, and other professional matters. So our expert team will make every effort to respond to your queries within 24 hours, ensuring continuous learning and mentorship beyond these sessions. Then looking ahead of APTA Kerala State Branch activities, so we are committed to organizing many more student-centric initiatives. So we are planning to have a international symposium very soon, many more student-focused activities and other innovative learning opportunities. So we sincerely look forward to your continued participation, encouragement, and support for making all these initiatives even more impactful. Now, on behalf of APTA Kerala State Branch, it's my great pleasure to express the heartfelt thanks to all of them. And I express the heartfelt gratitude to all our esteemed resource persons for generously sharing their expertise and valuable experience. Dr. Akash Maradagam for demonstrating how artificial intelligence can effectively use to enhance presentation skill. Dr. Abdul Wajid K for guiding students towards the best online learning opportunities available for pharmacy students. Then Dr. Anish TP for delivering an excellent session on how to write your first research paper. And of course, our Dr. Ashif AK for providing valuable insights into planning a successful pharmacy career. I extend my sincere appreciation to Dr. Manju CS for her excellent moderation and smooth coordination on the day 1 session, and Ms. Aishwarya K for efficiently moderating the day 2 sessions and ensuring that every session progressed seamlessly. I would also like to express our sincere gratitude to all the office bearers of APTA Kerala, State Branch, the President, Dr. K.P. Muhammad Hanifa, Vice President Dr. Sarath Chandran, Treasurer Dr. Akash, and all the executive members for their continuous encouragement, planning, coordination, and always supporting and organizing all these student skills series successfully. I extend our heartfelt appreciation to each and every student participant. Your active participation and enthusiastic involvement made these sessions lively and meaningful. As I mentioned earlier, this is only the beginning for a long-term learning initiative. We encourage all of you to remain active in our WhatsApp community, where you can continue to interact with us. We assure you that we will make every effort to answer your academic research and career-related queries at least within 24 hours. Finally, we look forward to meeting all of you again in all our upcoming programs. I already told you we are planning for an international symposium and many more student-focused activities. We sincerely seek your continued support, participation, and valuable suggestions as we work together to build a stronger pharmacy community. Thank you all once again for making this program a grand success. Stay connected and keep learning. Once again, thank you all and good night. Over to you, Madam.
Thank you, sir, for the gracious vote of thanks. With this, we come to the end of today's session and the student skill series, AI-enabled learning for pharmacy students. I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to all our esteemed resource persons, the office bearers of APTA Kerala State Branch, and every participant who joined us over the past 2 days and made this program a great success. We sincerely hope that these sessions have inspired you to continue learning, growing, and preparing for a successful career in pharmacy. Thank you once again for your active participation. Have a pleasant evening and a very good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.